This weekend's project is cleaning the greenhouse and preparing it for gardening this year. So we have done the clean out and we're now going to add some dirt and compost mix and add our hosing. So we were surprised to see that some of our lettuce, our perennials, so our lettuce, our asparagus have come back. Some of our other perennials that have come up are some chives, oregano, green onions, and echinacea. Last year we installed these wires to help the plants climb, and I didn't put them right to the ground, and that became a problem last year. So the next step we're going to do before adding any dirt to the greenhouse is add some more caging. I like your double knot thing.
I know, but it's not going to work on this one.
Really? Probably should have considered bigger zap straps. But they worked so well last year. We only had one that failed.
There you go.
Perfect. There we go. We have an extra piece. Oh, look at that. It's a perfect fit for that spot. It works.
Good God. Oh.
You know, the one knot works just as good.
This one's better.
I don't know. Oh, there you go. Nice job.
Yeah, you're going to...
You want me to hold it?
Let's do a single then.
Okay. It's got a lot of movement, doesn't it? Nice. You need a little bit of string, I think, to hold this up. It's gonna just sag like that. And there we go. We've installed caging now right to the bottom. So hopefully that'll resolve our issues that we had last year. And every year we are trying to make improvements. Yeah, that's great right there. Thank you. And yeah, right up into here. You can put any of it there. Thank you. Where I want it though. Put some here, I guess. Oops. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I just said that when you were dumping. I'm like, oh. Done?
Yep.
Great. Somebody dumped the wheelbarrow.
Right.
I'm not going to say who, but they may be holding the shovel right now. I think we're in for a rain any moment. I think we're doing pretty good, but I don't want it on top of the lettuce or the asparagus. Let's put it in this corner where we had the low area last year. I think I'd like the dirt as close to the top of that wood as possible. So.
In the back corner?
Yeah, and in the front. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. That's probably enough there.
Want some on the side?
No, not on the.
Around it?
Around it, but there's.
You don't want anything here?
Yeah, just there's a little one right there, so just a little bit, so I can. Yeah. Good job. Thank you. Okay. And then some maybe down by the asparagus. Yeah. I think we should rake it out now and just see where we're at, okay? You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We decided to do this weekend because the forecast was rain all weekend. We figured we could do a lot of this on inside the greenhouse and not get soaked. I love that sound.
Probably won't be able to hear you over the rain.
That's great, hey? It's nice that we have this greenhouse. I mean, we're very fortunate to have the greenhouse and we can come and work, and with the BC weather, it's so unpredictable sometimes. I think I'll bring the wheelbarrow in with just a little bit, and then I'll just flake it over the asparagus. I'm surprised at how much the dirt settled over the last year, eh?
Quite a bit.
Oops. Did your boot just fart?
No. Did you just fart?
No. It sounded like it came out of your boot.
I don't think so. I got socks on.
Oh, you do? Yeah, we'll need a little bit more right there, but I think we're doing pretty good. We raised this one up nice. Yeah, this one was really low last year. We had the peppers here, and I don't think they had enough dirt. They will this year. Well, what do you think? Just a small amount now, eh? So this is the extra dirt we're going to add for this year. Our next steps is going to be adding the watering system. Yesterday we were able to get the dirt in, and it's a garden soil manure mixture, and we extended our caging down to the ground, and we're going to work on the irrigation system today. Here are our irrigation lines. Many of them have quick connects, some of them don't. So this is always a little bit tricky trying to get them all connected. What we have done is add a small hose from the outside of the greenhouse to the inside of the greenhouse. All right, let's try to set up our first line. Got a little bit of dirt on it, but So now what we're going to do is you're going to use these little pegs and secure them into the dirt. Some dirt in this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Probably gonna have to stake that a little bit. It's easier to do this without plants in the way. And last year I ended up doing this with plants in already, and it was challenging without damaging them. So I was hoping that I wasn't gonna have anything in here this year. Well, I got a lot of mud in there. That's a quick connect. So what I could do is I could do a quick connect here and then go through the center. Oh, so that's 2 nipplers. I don't want 2 nipplers. Oh, but if I do that, okay. So let me just go check. There we go. I'm just going to run this along and then we'll do all of our staking because it's confusing. Unfortunately, this is a brand new hose that I didn't use last year. I purchased it but didn't use it, and it is very coily, so it does not want to lay straight. Okay.
So now you're just gonna stake it down?
Nope, I'm going to put this one in now. Okay. So this one here, we created it with the green hose attachment so that it will go across the pathway without leaving a whole bunch of water on the path. And then we started a soaker hose again for the center. This will look much better once we stake it down. I organize these all nice and then I drop the whole thing. We can put more in as we go. I just want to make sure I have enough. Might have to stake that back a little differently as we go, but let's see. See what happens when we get the plants in. Really pinched. Oh, maybe just really pinched. Okay. Oh. Do it like that. Look at the extra I got there. There we go. Definitely need lots of water here with the, I'm going to plant all the lettuce here. Oh, look at this rock. Jeez. There we go. Oh, I think I might have enough. The problem with this brand new hose, it needs a lot more stakes because it's going to take a bit to get it to uncurl. I have to use a lot. See how curly it is? It won't take long once we start using it for it to uncurl, but man. Yeah. Good. Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna have to try to flatten it a bit. Damn, those are nice. Right, and this is the last one, and as you can see from the end, it is plugged at the end, so that we've just created a complete circuit. Once we plug in the hose from the house, this should just be a continuous loop to the end of the center here. I have 3 that didn't come up in this tray.
I could have done better.
Yeah, you probably could have. You have more of a green thumb than I do. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the tomatoes first, just to get them out of the way, and then we'll come back over here. And this is what I started to grow and everything. I put a lot of time and effort into that, but my seeds do not show that love. So I've numbered all my planters, so I'm going to plant the 1s, 2s, and 6s in the center here. These are all peppers. So I think I only have 3 beef eaters, 2 tomato, and 2 cherries, 2 regulars, and 3 beef eaters. All right, I'm gonna plant this one here. I was just reminded about how close I put them all. Oh, geez, how close I put them all last year, and they didn't have the right lighting. So I'm going to space them out because I was told to, but I don't know why my seedlings aren't doing as good as I'd hoped for. Look at this. I did not do a good job of these, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, that guy looks sad.
They all look sad.
Oh, that's bad.
Don't step on that one.
Yeah, where is it?
My beef eaters look a little bit beefier.
Oh, yeah, that's beefy.
Look at this. They're so...
Yeah.
But this happened kind of last year. They looked pathetic, but once they got into the greenhouse, they did really well. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that happens again this year. Last year I used a Sharpie and labeled these stakes, and some of them actually faded and I had no idea what was planted. So this year I went and made these little, these little labels with my Cricut vinyl cutter.
So cute.
Only 2 of those, 2 Romas, and then I gotta find my beef eater. Beef steaks. Oh, that's what they are. Beef steaks, not beef eaters. Here we go. I have 3 bell peppers, 3 bell peppers, 3 cayennes, and 3 ghost. So we want 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 4. Oh, that's 5. I have a feeling this isn't going to survive, so let's just try that. More rocks. Make sure I get lots of water to that one. There we go.
What do you need?
Bell, cayenne, and ghost peppers. So I need cayenne still. This is the cayenne, and that's the ghost. Okay. So I think we've got all of these planted. So I need to work on these. I think I only have 1 loofah that grew. So here's my tag and here's my plant. I'm going to plant it down the end here. Ooh, see, I did 1 right. The funny thing is the loofah took forever to come up. I think it was like 30 days, and now it's come up, and it's probably my best plant so far.
What are these ones?
Cilantro. Yeah, we used a lot of this last year. Okay, this is echinacea. I decided to try it again this year because it didn't work last year. And then I came in to clean up the greenhouse, and here is an echinacea plant. So for whatever reason, it grew this spring. So I'll plant this, but yeah, it's an extra one. So it's not a crazy amount of onions, but I think that's probably, for us, that's probably a few months worth of onions. This is the automatic watering system that we put in last year, and we put it in just before we went on holidays. So it allows you to pick your days that you want to water, your start times, your end times. And so what we end up doing is a couple hours in the morning, couple hours in the evening, every day. And we had no issues with our plants while we were on holidays. Okay, I turned the soaker hoses on, so it does take a few minutes to kind of run through all the lines, but you can see the line closest to the poly is already starting to drip. So the soaker hoses are on. We're going to let them do their job for a couple of hours and just make sure everything is good and watered, and then we're going to call that good for today.